myself and I.
So far in what I've covered through these few videos, I did like New York for Public Enemy, and then I did West Coast, LA for NWA. And I mentioned that because at the time that those two albums came out, a majority of what people recognize hip-hop for was all looking towards NWA. In terms of West Coast and East Coast rap, on the East Coast, people were seeing different themes that contrasted NWA's image of like the tough gangster. And one of the first albums that came out that contrasted NWA's, really tough gangster image that portrayed hip-hop at the time was De La Soul's 3 Feet High and Rising. And like the major theme in this album is self-expression. It's all about self-expression. It targets commercialism. It targets people who act like they're something that they're not. De La Soul's came out in March of 1989, and then this was just a year before. So if we look at NWA's, you have like this kind of it's kind of like a dominant, like they look really dominant here because they're looking down on you. The image they portray here is like really powerful. If you contrast it to De La Soul's, like this really looks like it came out of the psychedelic era of like the 70s and stuff. Like this is such an awesome cover, and they're not directly they're not looking down on you, but they look straight at you, and you can kind of see like they don't look angry or anything. This was the image of hip hop at the time, as well as NWA's individual members' albums coming out, and then this was what was going on in East Coast side of hip hop at the time. So you can definitely see there's a huge difference. De La Soul's 3 Feet High and Rising. The title reflects the members. There's 3 members, and so they're basically the 3 feet high and rising. That's what the album did start a new kind of genre, or like rising of a new genre in hip hop, and that was alternative hip hop / rap, or jazz rap and like jazz hip hop. However, what the album is about is actually just about the members themselves. There's no strong theme. There's no strong message in the album. The only message that you really get, which is primarily the whole point of this album, was that De La Soul is endorsing the fact that to participate in hip-hop, you don't have to be like a gangster. You don't have to be like a really tough, macho gangster. You don't need that image to contribute to hip-hop or like be a rapper. Like you don't need to be really tough. Well, this is what everyone knew for hip-hop, and then this is what they were going against. So it was really like a kind of a clash of two different, like what really is hip-hop? Is it having an image to be a gangster, or is it being yourself and expressing yourself